go into detail in that a little bit more, but we will go through the two sides for you. So Liverpool lining up with a familiar 4-2-3-1 formation, which Arne Slot is a big advocate of. Alisson will be the keeper. It's a return to the side for Joe Gomez at right back. So the back four is Gomez, Van Dijk, Konate and Kirkez. Gravenberch and McAllister will be the two holders sat in front of that defence. Mohamed Salah keeps his place on the right wing with Szoboszlai in the number 10 position, Cody Gakpo on the left and Hugo Ekitike to lead the line. West Ham look like they're going to play a 4-3-2-1 this afternoon as they look to leave Anfield with some points. It's going to be Mads Hermansen keeping his place in goal. A back four of Wan-Bissaka, Disasi, Mavropanos and Malik Diouf. A midfield three in front of them of Magassa, Fernandes and Souček, with Bowen and Somerville in behind Castellanos. Two goalkeepers on the bench for Liverpool this afternoon due to a few injuries in their camp. Not a lot of experience on the bench, but they've got Marmadashvili, Woodman, Ramsey, Robertson. It's a welcome back for Jeremy Frimpong, who is back on the bench after a fairly substantial injury. Trainioni, Curtis Jones, Federico Chiesa and the impressive last week Rio Engamoa. West Ham bench this afternoon: Areola, Mayers, Todibo, Walker Peters, Kilman, Scarles, Kante, Traore and Callum Wilson. So Liverpool have only lost one of the last 19 league encounters with West Ham, winning 15 of those and drawing 3. The last loss coming at West Ham back in 2021, a 3-2 defeat on that day. They've also beaten West Ham 38 times in the Premier League, more than any other team. So historically a difficult fixture for the away side this afternoon. Both sides have gone through the intermediaries. They've shaken hands. They're in their huddles, going through the last bits of information they need. As we see "You Never Walk Alone" being sung loud and proud in the Anfield stands. Be interesting to see Dominic Szoboszlai in a more advanced number 10 position. Started to change the game last time out in that 1-0 victory last weekend, that very, very late victory away at Nottingham Forest. So both sides in their positions. West Ham in their away strip of white shirts and navy shorts, as Liverpool all in red are kicking from left to right, and they get us underway, and it's a long ball straight into the back line. It's going to go all the way through to keeper Hermansen, who's in lime green this afternoon, and he smashes that long, and it's going to be headed up in the air by Konate, and Liverpool will find themselves in possession before it's stolen away by Castellanos. He finds Magassa in the midfield as Liverpool just settle and get players in behind the ball. Souček works it over to the right hand side where Wan-Bissaka will take it on, and he's forced backwards. Does find Bowen down the line, but high pressure from Liverpool. West Ham do manage to win a throw-in on that far side. The referee this afternoon is Tim Robinson. Michael Salisbury on VAR duty. Wan-Bissaka throws it down the line. It's going to be swept up by Kirkez, and he'll return it to Alisson, who's all in light green this afternoon. He plays a short ball out to Konate. Konate and Van Dijk, the centre-back partnership again. Van Dijk has played every single Premier League start. Konate's only missed one. So they're ever present, those two. Joe Gomez on the ball, back in the side, playing right back this afternoon. He's been in and out of the side since that injury he picked up in December. Arne Slot will be hoping that he can provide a bit more solidity in that right back position where they've tried so many different players in recent times. McAllister over on the left-hand side has the ball about 20 yards from goal. Tries to drive it into Ekitike, but it's mopped up by Wan-Bissaka and given away in the midfield by Souček, and Konate will play the ball out to Salah on the right-hand side. He clips the ball into the box for Szoboszlai. It's just too far ahead of the Hungarian, and that will go through to Mads Hermansen in the goal. 4 starts in a row for the Danish keeper now. Seems to have won his place back from Alphonse Areola. Long ball out to Somerville on this left-hand side, and Gomez gets tight to him straight away and will steal the ball back for Liverpool. Back into the centre circle in the sunshine where Virgil van Dijk takes that ball on. Moves it a short distance to Alexis McAllister, then gets it back and switches it to the right-hand side for Konate. Every outfield player about 40 yards from the West Ham goal. Salah on the right-hand side comes in on his left foot and trades a pass with Ryan Gravenberch, who skips past a couple of players, and Gomez tries to whip the ball in. It takes a deflection, and that will go straight into the hands of Mads Hermansen. Hermansen rolls the ball out, and it will be at the feet of Disasi. His long ball up towards Somerville does well to keep it in, and West Ham will try and spring an attack forwards. Ball goes out of play. Somerville unable to get past his man. Throw-in taken quickly by Joe Gomez into the feet of Konate, and then Virgil van Dijk will bring the ball over the halfway line. Every player inside the West Ham half once more. Kirkes flicks the ball round Bowen and gets down the line and tries to put a ball in. It's going to cannon off of Wan-Bissaka and go out of play for the first corner of the afternoon over on that far side. 4 minutes gone here. Still Liverpool 0, West Ham 0. We will keep you up to date with all the goals around the grounds as well. Only 3 games in the Premier League at 3 o'clock, and it's going to be a corner taken by Dominic Szoboszlai over on that far side. Plenty of players inside the 6-yard area. Szoboszlai steps in and delivers it towards the back post, headed away by Diouf, returned into the box by Gravenberch, and West Ham can try and smuggle it away. Only as far as Gravenberch this time. He finds Ekitike in space. He strikes right-footed. It's taken a deflection and it's in. It hasn't taken long, but Liverpool lead at home. 5 minutes in, it's Hugo Ekitike. It's his 11th goal of the season. It's taken a couple of nicks on the way through to wrong foot the keeper. But Liverpool have the start they wanted. And West Ham, who are down in that relegation zone, are going to really struggle to come back into this one after conceding so early. Looks like it took a flick off of Mavropanos on the way. It's a right-footed strike from the left-hand side of the area for the French striker. And Liverpool have the lead. Ekitike's first goal since the end of last month. Did score 2 in that 4-1 victory over Newcastle. And the man who signed from Frankfurt in the summer has been absolutely on fire. 11 goals in his first season in the Premier League. Nuno Espirito Santo looking on, disappointed in his technical area. West Ham didn't really deal with the set piece. Throw in for the away side on the halfway line. Crescencio Somerville and Joe Gomez getting themselves in a little bit of a tangle. The ominous signs for West Ham are that when Liverpool have scored first, it's now the 16th time they've done that this season. They've only been defeated once, winning 12 of those as well. That loss came here earlier in the month to Manchester City. Ball at the back for West Ham. It's played forward by Disasi, flicked round the corner by Somerville, and then Juve will play it into the channel for Castellanos to chase, but intercepted by Virgil van Dijk. Konate then able to shepherd that back to the keeper, Alisson. Virgil van Dijk just walking the ball out of the box, no pressure from the West Ham attack, currently shielding the sun from his eyes as well. Plays it out to Konate, who will again very slowly bring the ball forward. Ball back now with Brazilian keeper Alisson. Bit of a stalemate here. Liverpool just happy to keep the ball, and they would like West Ham to come on to them. West Ham are just going to hold their shape. So Konate then sends a long ball into the shadows of the West Ham half, and that's too strong. That will roll through to keeper Mads Hermansen. Had managed to keep a clean sheet in his last game, that 0-0 draw with Bournemouth. And an early goal conceded from West Ham here at Anfield. And as already mentioned, a ground where they really do struggle in league history. Jared Bowen down by the corner flag, wins a throw-in for his side. Chance for an attacking long throw-in. As close to the corner flag as you can get, and it'll be Aaron Wan-Bissaka going over to take that. There's a couple of players making their way into the box, but Wan-Bissaka takes it short, it's then delivered in. It's an easy header away by Virgil van Dijk. And that will roll all the way through to the halfway line, where Hermansen's come straight out of his ground and sends a long ball forward, but straight to the thigh of Joe Gomez, who brings it down and plays in Ryan Gravenberch, who spins away from a couple of midfielders, but then gives it away in the centre circle, and Mavropanos will bring it forward for West Ham. Bowen flicks it down the line, and Wan-Bissaka will get to the byline, tries to put a cross in, it's blocked away by Kerkez, and that'll be a throw-in on the far side. Jared Bowen picks up at his feet and managed to wriggle past Kerkez, who's going to battle away, and then he'll have to give away the corner. And the Hungarian left back feeling like he was shoved in the process. No foul given by Tim Robinson. Souček potentially had a couple of arms on Kerkez, but nothing given, so it will be West Ham's opportunity to put their set piece into the box. It will be captain Jared Bowen, a left-footed in-swinger on the 10th minute. Plenty of players inside that 6-yard box. And it comes, and it's going to be headed towards goal by Mavropanos. It's taken a couple of deflections, but it has come off of Mavropanos last, and that'll be a goal kick. Mavropanos rising highest, managing to get above Gakpo. Couldn't direct that header goalwards in the end. Mavropanos making his 100th league appearance in English football. He had some time with Arsenal as well earlier in his career. And it was his deflection which put the ball past Hermansen for Hugo Ekitike's first goal. But West Ham have settled well since conceding. They've got possession now, and Fernandes will break forward over the halfway line, and he's steaming towards the box. He's got Somerville on the left, and he chooses to use him. Somerville enters the box, puts it on his right foot and delivers a ball across. It's half clear by Kerkez, but straight to the feet of Somerville once more. Gets to the byline, and his cross cannons off of Joe Gomez behind for another corner, right in front of those West Ham fans in the away end here at Anfield. So it's going to be Somerville to deliver this corner, right-footed in-swinger. 5 West Ham players inside the 6-yard box, all on top of Alisson as the ball comes in towards the near post. It's headed up in the air by Van Dijk, but not a lot of distance. It's bouncing around and ends up over the bar. Mavropanos again managing to try and turn it goalwards, but too high from the Greek centre-back. Second ball wasn't dealt with, and it was a swinging right leg from Mavropanos. And a bit of a half chance in the end. Probably wasn't expecting it to come to him. West Ham showing that from those set pieces they could be dangerous this afternoon. 2 half chances made from their corners so far. There's a throw into Liverpool on the right hand side. It's Joe Gomez who will take that as he throws it up towards halfway, and it ends up falling at the feet of Salah, and there's a break on here for Liverpool. Salah tries to flick it round the corner to Gakpo, but well recovered by West Ham. Konate is able to just nod that forward, and it'll be Szoboszlai to win back possession. Konate moves it over to the left hand side for Van Dijk, who sends it further left, and it's Ekitike who's taken up that position wide on the left hand side, the goal scorer in the first 5 minutes. He gives the ball to Cody Gakpo. Slow build up from Liverpool as they work it neatly into Ekitike, who's on the edge of the area now, plays it out to Salah, who sends it in first time, headed away by Wan-Bissaka. And there's going to be a free kick on the edge of the area for West Ham as Matheus Fernandes is clattered by Ryan Gravenberch. Salah just standing that ball up first time towards the back post, just slightly too high for Cody Gakpo. Good header away by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and West Ham will have that free kick just to give them back a little bit of possession. West Ham have now conceded first 15 times this season, and in the previous 14 they have managed to win 2, but 10 of them have been defeats, so it's going to be potentially an uphill task. There is another goal in the Premier League at the 3 o'clock games as Brentford have taken the lead. Magassa wins the ball in the centre circle, and Somerville tries to thread a ball out towards Bowen, but it's intercepted by Kirkes, who looks up straight away and sends a long ball towards Salah. It's been allowed to bounce, and Salah will pick it up on the edge of the area on the right hand side. Runs in on his left foot, and well tackled by Axel Disasi, who punches the air as if he's scored a goal himself as he turns it behind for a corner. Disasi, who now started the last 4 games since that loan move from Chelsea on the deadline day, seems to be a favourite of Nuno Santo. So it's going to be Salah to take this corner. Liverpool didn't score direct from the last one, but in that third phase after did get the opening goal as it comes in towards the back post again. It's headed away by Disasi, and Somerville can bring it down on the edge of the area and try and break up the pitch. Plays a nice 1-2 with Fernandes, and Somerville's away over the halfway line. He's on his own, but he's got 2 players around. He's now got Bowen and Wan-Bissaka in support. He finds Wan-Bissaka, who tries to slide it to Bowen first time. It's a really good covering tackle, and Liverpool managed to stop the break. West Ham did really well there on that counter attack. It was Alexis McAllister doing his defensive duties. Liverpool win a free kick on the edge of the area. Souček from the throw-in is judged to have fouled McAllister, the man who got the winning goal against Nottingham Forest last week in the 97th minute. Bit of a roller coaster of emotions for Alexis McAllister. Thought he had scored a few minutes prior to that, but it had been disallowed for handball in a bit of a strange goal. Would have been his first of the season, and an important 3 points for Liverpool as they chase Champions League qualification. They managed to rectify that and score a goal a few moments later to get the winner as West Ham come forward here, and Fernandes finds a bit of space on the edge of the area, tries to slide in Jarrod Bowen, but Kirkes again can just poke it away. West Ham keep possession here. It's Juve on the left hand side, plays it into Fernandes, who takes it down and finds space, plays it out to the right hand side, and it's back with Souček, who plays it over to his captain Jarrod Bowen. Bowen just being held up, so we'll keep possession with Souček, and then Mavropanos in the centre circle. Mavropanos in the shade of the Kop end finds himself under a bit of pressure, but plays a good ball into Bowen. He tries to flick it first time to Magassa, but it's a poor one from the West Ham captain, and Liverpool will clear it away. Bit of a scrap for it in midfield, and it's West Ham to come out again with Fernandez, who then finds Wan-Bissaka in space, and he will run towards the edge of the area, puts the ball in and flicks it off Kirkes, but falls at the feet of Somerville. Bowen goes sliding in as well, and West Ham keep possession. Bowen then loses out to Ekitike, who will bring the ball forward, but well played again from the West Ham defence, and West Ham on top here currently. Wan-Bissaka about 40 yards from goal on the right hand side. Finds Jarrod Bowen level with the edge of the area. Bowen comes in on his left foot, delivers a ball into the box, but that's going to be straight into the hands of Alisson Becker. Nice easy catch for the Brazilian number one. 8 clean sheets for Alisson this season. He knows that if he can make that 9, his side will be leaving with 3 points, but his defence not helping him out here as Magassa wins the ball high up the pitch again, but his pass unfortunately misses its intended target, and it will roll through to the keeper. So 18 minutes gone here at Anfield. The score is Liverpool 1, West Ham 0. Hugo Ekitike's 11th goal of the season in the 5th minute, after West Ham failed to get rid of a set-piece situation. Van Dijk comes forward and sends it forward left-footed to Ekitike, who's dropped into a deeper position here. Plays a nice ball to Gravenberch, who goes past Magassa and will drive forward. Finds Kirkes on the left-hand side, level with the edge of the area. Plays it back in field to Szoboszlai. Socks rolled right down by his ankles as always. The creative midfielder. Plenty of bodies back behind the ball, so short passes between Szoboszlai and now his defence as it's worked back to the centre circle for Konate. Konate drives forward and plays a ball to the feet of Joe Gomez, who's high up on the right hand side. He uses Salah in support. Back in field to Szoboszlai. West Ham almost with a back 5 at the moment as Souček drops in, trying to make things difficult, but it's worked out to the left hand side where Gakpo will run at Wan-Bissaka. Finds Gravenberch on the edge. He shoots from distance and is parried away by Hermansen. Good strong left hand from the Danish keeper, and then Malik Diouf can clear it away up to the halfway line. Round of applause from Arne Slot. That was a good Liverpool move. Slick pass in between the two. Gravenberch managed to put it on his right foot and drill it towards goal. A good diving stop from Hermansen. 20 minutes on the clock, and the ball is back with Alisson, who plays it short to Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk then clips up the line for Kirkes, and he's going to run at Jarrod Bowen. Goes past him, but it's a heavy touch, and Mavropanos can try and mop it up, and his clearance ends up cannoning off of Cody Gakpo, and that'll be a throw into the away side. Level with the edge of the area. So as mentioned, there are 3 games in the Premier League starting at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Greenwich Mean Time, and we've had a goal in all 3. So it's Burnley 0, Brentford 1. Goal from Mikkel Damsgaard in that game. Obviously Liverpool 1, West Ham 0 here, and Newcastle 0, Everton 1. Up at St James's Park as the 20th minute passes here at Anfield, and as always a special song for the late Diego Jota, who sadly lost his life in pre-season. Forward comes Virgil van Dijk, and he'll play it over to Konate. We might be seeing that passage of play quite often in this game. Ball drilled into the feet of Szoboszlai, tries to knock it around the corner first time. It's half cleared by West Ham, and sloppy pass from Konate allows Jarrod Bowen to get on the ball in the centre circle, and he's found Somerville in space on the left hand side, brings it down on his chest. He's got Diouf outside of him, he chooses to use Juve will then try and drill the ball in first time, and Bowen can't quite get there. Good defending from McAllister and Szoboszlai. Gravenberch will bring it away. Nice pass from him into Salah in the centre circle, and forward come Liverpool on the left-hand side. Ekitike driving forward. Gakpo ahead of him. Salah in the box if he wants to. Drives still, but it's too many touches as Fernandes breaks up play. Will fall at the feet of Liverpool again, though, as Gakpo comes towards the corner of the box. Goes down on the outside and will win a corner against Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So corner on the far side for Liverpool. It will be Dominic Szoboszlai to go over and take that once again. Konate, Van Dijk coming forward from the back. Joe Gomez stood right on Mads Hermansen. Tim Robinson just asking a few players to let go of each other. Right-footed in-swinger comes in towards the goal. It's turned behind by Thomas Souček, so it'll be another corner for Liverpool in front of the Kop end. So it'll be an exact retake as Szoboszlai will take from the far side. Another in-swinger on top of Hermansen. This one's drilled in towards the near post. Headed away by Bowen this time, but again straight out for another corner. Plenty of pace on that one from Szoboszlai. Left hand in the air this time from Szoboszlai, so potentially a different target as Tim Robinson just stops the play as Castellanos is on his back in the goal, claiming that he's been pushed by Ekitike. Both players now still grappling each other as they come out of the 6-yard area. Forward comes Szoboszlai, is floated towards the back post. This time it's flicked towards goal and it's in. It's Virgil van Dijk. It's a very simple header from 6 yards out. And it's his third goal of the season. The 34-year-old Dutch defender played in every game going in the Premier League. And that probably will be one of his most simple goals in a red shirt for Liverpool. Liverpool have doubled their lead here in the 24th minute. Free header from 5 yards out into the far corner. It was Magassa who was due to be marking him. It's a flicked header into the corner. There might potentially be a VAR check for Michael Salisbury to have a look at. Joe Gomez is in front of the keeper, but for me, he's not interfering as the ball's gone miles away. Van Dijk's done ever so well as Magassa had a proper handful of his shirt. And this could be a difficult afternoon now for West Ham. There is a VAR check is ongoing for that possible offside, but can't see how this is going to be disallowed. The goal has been given and it's 2-0 to Liverpool, and we're back underway as the ball goes all the way back to Hermansen, who winds up and sends it long out towards the right hand side, where it's an easy header for the second goal scorer Van Dijk to clear away up to the halfway line. Hit down the line for Souček, but Van Dijk's there once more to send it long, and it'll be a throw in for West Ham. Nuno Espirito Santo, arms folded, looking a bit forlorn on the sidelines. Knew this was going to be a difficult game, but it's the 16th header that his side have conceded this season, which is the most of any. And it was all a little bit too simple, really, from Van Dijk. Already scored this month. He got the winner 2 games ago. And that 1-0 victory up at Sunderland on the 11th of February. And he's taken his tally to 3 for the season. It'll be a third assist for Szoboszlai as well. Szoboszlai playing in that more advanced role today. Currently the third on the list of chances created, and he's already created another one today. And obviously spent a lot of time at right back as well in this side, so brilliant season for Szoboszlai in terms of numbers. 27 minutes gone here at Anfield. It's Liverpool 2, West Ham 0. And Alisson sends it long out towards Salah, but he loses the header to Juve. But it will be a throw-in right in front of Arne Slot in the dugouts for his side, which Joe Gomez is going to take. Gomez throws that into Ekitike, and he'll get the ball back and will break towards the corner of the box. Tries to deliver it, but it's going to come off Magassa, and it actually takes the last touch off of Gomez. That'll be a throw-in to West Ham, which the Senegalese African Cup of Nations winner Malik Diouf will throw up the line. Ends up going straight out of play, and a bit of a waste there from West Ham as Liverpool find themselves back in possession. Szoboszlai sends it out to the left-hand side where Ekitike takes the touch and finds Szoboszlai again. Plenty of bodies back for West Ham, but unable to break them down at the moment, Liverpool, but they're coasting as things stand. Ball down towards Alexis McAllister, who does get it in the box, tries to play it across, but Mavropanos will block it away and then rescue his own ball. Tries to clear it long. West Ham making a bit of a meal of it, but hooked in the air by Magassa, brought down by Szoboszlai. Castellanos does well to initially thinks he's won the ball. In fact, there's Fernandes over there as well, but free kick given, much to the bemusement of the Portuguese midfielder. Somerville does well to win the ball high up from Joe Gomez, but the tackle was a bit too strong, so it's going to roll out of play. Somerville looks in the mood on this left-hand side. Just seeing pictures of the goal again. It was Joe Gomez who was technically in an offside position in front of Mads Hermansen, but wasn't in his eye line as the ball went in the other direction. So sensible decision from Michael Salisbury to allow the goal, in my opinion. Liverpool in possession on the halfway line. It's that second goal scorer, Virgil van Dijk, who clips it down the line for Cody Gakpo. Gakpo's going to run at Bowen and goes inside on his right foot. He's going to shoot from distance. It's cleared away, but recycled to Kerkez, who will deliver it left-footed towards Ekitike, who did get his head on it, and he will be disappointed that he's put it that far wide. Really speedy ball whipped in by Kerkez with good shape and end up just a little bit behind Ekitike. Maybe wasn't expecting it to come to him as Disasi ended up missing his header. That is an opportunity. West Ham had those couple of half chances from the set pieces that they've made. But they might have one here as Somerville will break forward. He's got Castellanos up with him and he plays it back to Fernandes and they get in each other's way. And Alisson's pass out wide, cannoned off of Bowen, and that was very nearly a mistake from the experienced Brazilian keeper. Hasn't really had much to do in the first half an hour of this game. He tried to play it out to Szoboszlai and Bowen read it, and it very nearly deflected off the West Ham captain into the goal. You can see all the fans behind the goal there having to shield their eyes from the sun. You wonder whether Becker had seen him. Ball with Alexis McAllister now on the edge of the D by the penalty area. Fires it over to Kerkez on the left-hand side, but the ball is a little bit behind him. So has to go and recover. Finds Gakpo. Gakpo comes in field and will run at pace, plays it to Gravenberch, who's got Magassa in front of him, so he goes out wide to Salah. Salah comes in on his left foot and shoots. It's blocked by his own player, Gravenberch. Somerville will steal it away and then wins a free kick off of his Dutch counterpart, Cody Gakpo. Mo Salah will be absolutely desperate for a goal this afternoon. Didn't look too impressed when he was taken off last week and replaced by Rio Engamoa. Salah now has an unwanted record of 9 Premier League games without a goal. It'll be 10 if he doesn't score today. Never gone more than 8 before, so it's the longest league goal drought of his career. Did score here in the FA Cup against Brighton from the penalty spots. So he'll be hoping to get a goal today as Kirkes comes forward and delivers a ball in towards the box, but brilliantly chested down by Diouf, calmly into the arms of Hermansen for West Ham to regain possession. It's bowled over arm out to Diouf, who flicks it into the midfield from Magassa. Magassa plays it out to the right hand side, and if Wan-Bissaka can get there, which he can, it's a brilliant ball, level with the edge of the area, lifts it into the box, and Castellanos goes down under a bit of a push from Canate, but is told to get to his feet by referee Tim Robinson. Ball goes out of play, long for a throw-in, and Tim Robinson just blows his whistle and asks for the throw to wait. So whether there will be a little bit of a VAR check here, but there's nothing in that for me. Castellanos got in front of Canate, and there's a little bit of a shove, but no, neither of them were anywhere near the ball. And we're told to play on as Liverpool win a throw-in down in their right-back position. 33 minutes gone here at Anfield. So as things stand, we mentioned at the start of the show that Liverpool could find themselves in 4th place tonight. They would need a pretty big win for that to happen. So they would need to win by 5 or more. They've already got 2 on the board. Plenty of goals in the 3 o'clock games already. The early kickoff was a draw for Bournemouth and Sunderland, a 1-1 draw there. Everton have regained the lead up at Newcastle. They lead 2-1 there. Goals from Branthwaite and Beto. Jacob Ramsey had earlier equalised, and Brentford find themselves 3-0 up in half an hour away at Burnley. Damsgaard, Thiago and Sharda 2-0 here at Anfield as we've got a throw in on the right hand side. Thrown back by Gomez to Canate, who will turn it to Alisson, who decides to go long after that miscommunication early on. West Ham do win the header though, and it falls at the feet of Somerville on the left hand side. Bright yellow boots, short sleeves and gloves for Somerville this afternoon. He switches over to the right hand side. Fernandes picks it up in the centre circle, and Liverpool have everyone back behind the ball. West Ham go down the right hand side with Fernandes again. Finds Magassa in the middle, who goes past Szoboszlai and then drives towards the box. Lovely ball out to the left hand side for Diouf, who shifts it out of his feet and tries to cross it. It's blocked by the chest of Gomez, and it'll be an attacking throw in for West Ham, right down by the corner flag. Taken quickly but backwards for Fernandes. West Ham now working on the right hand side with Wan-Bissaka. Ball in towards Souček, and it is a good angle but just slightly too strong for the Czech midfielder. Now we'll run through to Alisson. Alisson off the back of 2 clean sheets in a row. It's the last 2 wins, but Liverpool giving it away again in the penalty area. It's going to send it into the back where Somerville takes it down on his chest, works it towards the penalty spot, shoots, and there's bodies on the line. It's Kirkes who gave the ball away initially, goes sliding in. Liverpool just potentially overplaying at the back a couple of times. It was Gravenberg who gave it away. Good recovery tackle in the end from Canate and Kirkes. Perhaps a little bit of complacency in the back line for Liverpool. Alisson's still yet to make a save, but Bowen has it on the right hand side, level with the edge of the area, driving towards Kirkes, gets in the box and drills it across, and it's saved now by Alisson, and then the return is cleared away by Canate. Souček, who managed to get in front of the front post, nearly a similar goal to the one he scored against West Ham. But Alisson managed to block it, and Liverpool broken away on the left hand side now as Ekitike gets level with the edge of the area. Comes in on his right foot and sends it towards the back post, and Juve can flick it away, and it'll be another corner. End-to-end stuff in the last few minutes here. Bowen did well, got on the outside and sent it in on his right foot. Souček tried to turn it goalwards. There was a sprawling save from Souček in the end. Also took a little flick off of Konate, who then managed to hack it away. So corner on this left-hand side, which Mo Salah would take. He's got his right arm raised in the air. And it comes towards the centre of the goal, and it's headed away by Fernandez, only to the feet of Somerville. He's going to twist and turn down on his own corner flag, finds Magassa, and then West Ham do well to play their way out of trouble, and Juve will spin it over to the right hand side, where Wan-Bissaka takes it down with a great touch on the halfway line, drives forward down the centre of the pitch, plays it out to Bowen, who's in a bit of space, gets to the right hand side, delivers it across for Wan-Bissaka, who carried on his run, but good keeping from Alisson as he came flying out to claim it. West Ham showing that they have got a little bit about them on the break. Liverpool still continue to play it out from the back as McAllister finds Kirk as he comes over the halfway line and feeds Gakpo down the line. He's going to run at Fernandez, gets to the corner of the box. He's got Kirkes overlapping, who pulls it back towards McAllister, takes a touch and shoots, and it's blocked initially, and then the second attempt is also blocked and hacked away by Castellanos. Brilliant play down the left hand side from the home team. Cleared long by West Ham, and it'll be at the feet of the keeper Alisson, who just lets his French centre half Konate have it, and he clips it down the channel towards Szoboszlai, but it's going to be too strong. That'll roll through to Mads Hermansen in the West Ham goal. West Ham struggling to find the answers to stop that breakaway from Liverpool when they do commit players forward. McAllister's shot easily blocked in the end. Forward come West Ham on the centre circle, and Bowen's been brought down by Kirkes. West Ham try and take the free kick early, but Kirkes is down holding his face, so referee Tim Robinson rightly stops the quick kick and has signalled for medical staff to come on. Kirkes ended up landing on the floor on his face, really. Had his arms tangled around Jarrod Bowen. So 40 minutes gone here. Here's West Ham that are struggling down at the bottom, and they're also struggling in scoreline in this game. It's 2-0 to the home side, Liverpool. West Ham did have the opportunity to play before relegation rivals Nottingham Forest and Tottenham, but both those sides will be happy with what they see. Nottingham Forest are away at Brighton tomorrow. Tottenham find themselves away at Fulham as well. Both of those games at 2 o'clock, and we'll have coverage for you here on Flash Score. Liverpool's closest rivals at the moment in the league, Manchester United and Chelsea, both also play tomorrow. Man United at home to Crystal Palace at 2 o'clock, and Arsenal Chelsea, the massive game, at 4:30 tomorrow in the Premier League. But we're back underway here as the free kick's been taken. It's Juve on the left hand side, who finds Fernandez, who's going to clip it over to the right. It's brought down by Wan-Bissaka on the corner of the box. He lifts it into the area, and Castellanos can't quite get his head on it, and it's cleared away, but will be won back by Wan-Bissaka. Tries to find the feet of Jarrod Bowen and scrambles around in there, but it'll be a throw in for Liverpool on the left hand side. In fact, Tim Robinson just having a conversation with Souček because he was a little bit late in the tackle there. But he is going to let the throw in take place rather than the free kick. So Liverpool have the highest average possession at 60.5% so far this season. haven't had it all their own way in terms of possession today, but have been the most clinical. Alisson only really with one save to make, which is a bit of a half save in the end from a Souček chance. But Magassa wins the ball in midfield and carry on driving forward, goes in for a tackle with Konate, and it's Konate that comes away with the ball, and Salah will win it on the right hand side, and he's been set away by Szoboszlai. He's got Magassa in front of him, and he gets towards the corner of the box, comes in field and lays it off for Szoboszlai, who clips it back to Ekitike in space, rolls it over his foot, and then it's a brilliant block by Mavropanos. Fantastic feat from Hugo Ekitike, full of confidence, already scored today. And he just found himself in so much space. Szoboszlai again making another big chance. Having a fantastic season, the Liverpool midfielder, the number 8. But Mavropanos with a brilliant block in front of his keeper, and that almost certainly stopped that from becoming 3-0. West Ham will have to deal with this corner again. It will be the Egyptian Mo Salah to deliver the corner from the near side. It's swung in, it's headed away, but only as far as McAllister volleys it goalwards, and it's in. It's another goal from a corner that West Ham have not dealt with, and Liverpool have put this game to bed surely inside 43 minutes. Alexis McAllister with his second goal of the season, his second goal in back-to-back games. And it's a beautiful finish from the World Cup winner on his right foot. It just sat up nicely for him, about 12 yards out on the left-hand side. And he's volleyed it goalwards. Laid off by Ekitike after the initial corner wasn't dealt with. And that's a lovely goal. Wan-Bissaka did his best to clear it off the line, but it was past him before he could even jump. And Liverpool, 3 goals for them in the first half in front of the Kop end. And this is a massive uphill task now for West Ham, if it wasn't difficult enough already. Ekitike's 3rd assist of the season. McAllister's 2nd goal of the season, 2 in as many games. West Ham get us back underway, and they just need to get to half time and regroup as Disasi plays over to the right hand side. Said it was going to be a difficult place for West Ham to go, and Liverpool a difficult team historically for them to play. So Nuno would have known what to expect, but I don't think he would have thought his side would be 3-0 down after being in good form in the last 6 games, 3 wins, 2 draws and a defeat. That defeat also the one where they were 2-0 up at half time against Chelsea before losing 3-2 in the last moments. Gravenberch with a brilliant drive forward. He's going to be pulled back here by Magassa, and that will be the first yellow card of the afternoon. It's Magassa's 3rd yellow of the season, and clear as day that one. So 4 minutes of added time here at the end of the first half. So we've had 3 goals, but not too many stoppages, so surprised by that figure. But Liverpool will have a free kick. It will be Szoboszlai just outside the centre circle. West Ham holding a defensive line on the edge of the area. Szoboszlai comes forward and sends it in on top of Hermansen. He punches it out as far as Gravenberch, is then turned goalwards by Gomez and blocked behind by Magassa. Hermansen stayed down as Tim Robinson signals a corner, which will send fear into this West Ham defence, as they haven't really been able to deal with them. All 3 goals coming from corners so far. First goal was after a couple of attacking phases, but initially it was all from the corner not being cleared. So it'll be Salah again on this near side. Szoboszlai's come short and then is told to go away. So Salah once more raises his right arm, comes forward and swings it in towards the box, and it's headed away by Mavropanos. Only back out to the Egyptian, who delivers it in first time. Cleared again by Mavropanos. finds Kirkes about 40 yards from goal. He threads it over to the right-hand side for Salah, who's got two out there with him, as Somerville does well to steal the ball off of the Liverpool legend. West Ham still in their own area and have to play the ball back to Juve, and rather than clear it long, they're trying their best to play out, and there's some neat triangles from West Ham. They're still under increased pressure down by their own corner flag. Somerville finds Magas, who then decides to look up and play a glorious ball out to the right-hand side, where Wan-Bissaka then finds Bowen in the centre circle. Bowen, strong tackle from Gakpo, and that's a foul according to our referee this afternoon. 2 minutes of the 4 added on gone as we edge towards half-time here at Anfield. Szoboszlai has stayed down. There's been a bit of a altercation between him and Thomas Souček, I believe. The referee's just stepping in and having a conversation with both Szoboszlai, Souček and West Ham captain Jared Bowen. Yeah, silly from Souček. He's given Szoboszlai a bit of a shove because Szoboszlai had the ball and clearly frustrated with the performance, but Szoboszlai's probably done him some favours there by just falling over and getting straight back up. So good sportsmanship from the Hungarian midfielder. So we're ready for this free kick now as clock ticks over to 48 minutes. It's going to be Fernandes from the halfway line to drill it forward towards the edge of the area. Whistle was already gone as there was a push in there from Mavropanos on Van Dijk, and that will probably see us through to half time. Liverpool will just take their time and manage the game here to get themselves through. So Alisson with the ball in his hands just drops it on the floor where the free kick is due to be taken. The sun has been shining all afternoon, but Alisson's still wearing those under trousers under his shorts. Sends the ball high into the opposition half, but it's won by West Ham, and Jared Bowen will clip it into Castellanos, and then he finds Fernandes, who gives it away, and a bit of a strong tackle between him and Kirkes, but Tim Robinson said that's enough for the first half as the half-time whistle goes. Really strong first half from Liverpool. They find themselves 3 goals up and broke the deadlock inside 5 minutes. It was Hugo Ekitike scoring with a right-footed shot that took a little bit of a deflection off of Mavropanos to go past the keeper into the back of the net. All came from the second and third phases of play there, where West Ham couldn't get rid of the corner from that far side. Second goal came on the 24th minute, another corner from the far side. Szoboszlai swinging it in to Van Dijk, who had a free header 6 yards out after losing Magassa in the build-up. And then to rub salt into the wounds, another corner came in from Salah, went to the back post where Ekitike laid it off to Alexis McAllister, who volleyed the ball goalwards from 12 yards out on his right foot and found a top corner. Nothing that the keeper or Wan-Bissaka on the line could do. It's been pretty plain sailing for Liverpool. Find themselves 3-0 up. West Ham in a spot of bother, down at the foot of the table in 18th position, and it looks like they won't be leaving Anfield with any points today unless they can have a dramatic upturn in the second half. West Ham unable to really make too many chances. Been a bit of a half save from Alisson, from Souček, but other than that, a couple of headers have gone wide from Mavropanos. But they will need a big change in this second half if they're going to get anything out of it here. So it's half time at Anfield. Come back in about 15 minutes to join us for the second half. It's Liverpool. strike on his right foot, has scored already from distance this season. Mateus Fernandes. And Alisson, who hasn't had too much to do, did that well in the end. A good save from the Brazilian number 1. Van Dijk in his own area decides to launch that one long. Headed away by Disasi. West Ham will keep possession, and Somerville tries to go around McAllister but has to find Fernandes, whose pass to Castellanos is cut out. Fernandes fouls McAllister, but play on as Liverpool break away. Szoboszlai's got Gakpo and Ekitike ahead of him, uses Salah on the right instead. Salah gets into the box on the left hand side, comes in field, still going to the edge of the area, shoots from distance and it's over the bar. But a good strike from Mo Salah. First time we've really seen him go across the edge of the area, trying to wrap his left foot around it, but high and wide in the end from the Egyptian. Struggling to get that goal in the Premier League. It will be the 10th without one if he doesn't score today. His last Premier League goal all the way back in November in that 2-0 win against Aston Villa. Scored 29 goals in the league last year, so a far cry from the form that he has been in. Obviously did miss some of the season as well with Egypt at the African Cup of Nations. At 66 minutes on the clock, and it's Liverpool 3, West Ham 1. Throwing down the line, it's headed away by Mavropanos in front of Arne Slot, so Liverpool will keep the possession from the throw-in. Kirkes tasked with the throw as he throws it to Gakpo in space. He brings it down on his chest and plays it into Gravenberch, who steps past Somerville and then is fouled. The two Dutch players have a bit of a smile at each other as they get back to their feet. Somerville has been kept quiet by Liverpool for the majority of this game. He's in good run of form, 6 goals in 8 in all competitions. Has got that quick turn of pace, but Joe Gomez, who's playing right back today, has been tasked with dealing with him and has done it well so far. Ball sent long towards Mo Salah, but it's cleared away, and that'll be a throw-in for Liverpool back in their own half, which Joe Gomez is going to take. He throws it infield towards McAllister, who's under pressure from Bowen, but does well in the end, the Argentine. But West Ham do win it back, and Castellanos was nearly set free on the right hand side before Van Dijk steps in and won it back, and then Kirkes wins a free kick off of the Argentine striker. Again, hasn't really been able to get himself in the game too much. Tace Castellanos, the man who signed from Lazio in January, has got himself off the mark in the Premier League with a goal against Burnley in that 2-0 win back in early February. Hasn't really been able to affect the game too much this afternoon, but plenty of time left here. 68 minutes on the clock. Liverpool unable to really work Mads Hermansen in this second half, but did find themselves 3-0 up inside the first half before Thomas Souček replied early on in the second half here. Long ball from Alisson's headed back by Disasi to Hermansen and plays it back to Disasi, who will try and bring the ball forward. Fernandes then flicks it forward with his left foot, but no good as it rolls all the way through to Konate. Konate will give the ball to Szoboszlai, who plays it to Gravenberch, who's inside the West Ham half. Ekitike drives forward and finds Gomez on the right hand side. Sliding tackle from Somerville, and that will be a corner over on the far side, and that has spelt a little bit of danger for West Ham in this game. All 3 goals being linked to corners. So it'll be Mo Salah in the final bit of sunshine over in that corner of Anfield to deliver the ball. He's got Szoboszlai over there with him if they want to take it short, but Szoboszlai now walks away, so will be a left-footed in-swinger from Mo Salah. Salah steps up and swings it deep towards the back post, and it's flicked away by Disasi. Manson didn't look too comfortable, but a good header away from the Chelsea loanee. Kirkes tries to deliver it back into the box, but it's blocked away by Wan-Bissaka, and Gravenberch will pick it up in the centre circle. He finds McAllister, who clips it into Ekitike, who gets away from his man on the edge of the area with good feet, finds Gakpo on the left-hand side. Gakpo gets into the box on that left-hand side, shoots, and it takes a deflection and is in. Cody Gakpo will claim it. Not sure how much the deflection took it away from the keeper, but Liverpool have their fourth, and they have probably done enough now to be sure of the 3 points this afternoon. Cody Gakpo's sixth for the season. There's a good ball in from Ekitike after he kept possession well. Fed it to Cody Gakpo, who ran at Wan-Bissaka. A couple of step overs, put on his right foot, and it took a deflection off of Wan-Bissaka and past the keeper into the back of the nets. Probably was on target, so it will go down as Gakpo's goal, I imagine. But it's a tough one for West Ham to take. They've played so well in this second half so far, but after 70 minutes it's Liverpool 4, West Ham 1. Gakpo sixth for the season on his 22nd start. And West Ham look a little bit dejected and get us back underway as the ball goes back to Hermansen, who sends it long. And that'll go straight out of play for a throw-in. So if we look to the West Ham bench, there's a couple of players getting themselves ready. As Nuno will probably roll the dice and see what he can do. But Alisson sends the ball forward, it's flicked on by Kirkes, but there's no one there for Liverpool as Disasi then just returns that to his keeper. Flicks the ball into Juve, who then plays it back to Mavropanos, who plays it back to Hermansen under pressure from Ekitike as he moves over to the right hand side, and Disasi goes long forward towards Castellanos, who ends up fouling Virgil van Dijk. So as we look at the West Ham bench, Adama Traore looks to be ready. But we will still wait for that substitution. Castellanos in discussion with Tim Robinson. I think Tim Robinson is asking him to come 10 yards away from the free kick, which is taken short by Van Dijk over to Konate on the right hand side, and Konate will come up towards the halfway line where he's got plenty of space. Finds Szoboszlai and then plays it out to Kirkes on the left hand side. Nice flick from Ekitike back into Kirkes' path, but his touch is too strong and West Ham do well just to knock that back to the keeper. And then Jarrod Bowen all the way down by his own corner flag, lashes it forward with his right foot, and then Wan-Bissaka helps it on again for Castellanos to chase. Konate lets that bounce and calmly tries to take it away from Castellanos, who ends up fouling the French centre half, and that'll be a free kick for Liverpool on the edge of their own area. Castellanos and Konate give each other a high five. So Alisson will take this free kick. He's put it down just inside his own penalty area and sends it long down the middle. Gakpo challenges for the header, but it's flicked away by Wan-Bissaka. Ball bouncing around midfield, and it's Joe Gomez who tries to get under control, but Castellanos does well to steal off him. Then Juve will burst down the left-hand side into space. Still going into the penalty area, finds Somerville, gets away from his man, shoots, and it's a good save from Alisson. First one he's really had to tip over the bar today. thunderous left-footed strike from Somerville. And it was good dribbling from Malik Diouf to make the chance. Van Dijk didn't close Somerville down in time. The man who's banging form struck it viciously towards goal, and it's a solid right hand from Alisson to turn that behind. So it'll be a corner for West Ham. They're 4 for the game as Bowen sends it in on top of the keeper and is allowed to bounce towards the back post, and it's in the back of the net. It's Castellanos, and we've got a 6th goal of the game here at Anfield. His 2nd goal of the season since joining from Lazio in January. He said he hadn't had too many touches, but the deep corner from Bowen was allowed to bounce. And Castellanos at the back post, unmarked, could head it home past Alisson, who just made that fantastic save. And is there a lifeline for West Ham? 75 minutes on the clock, 4-2, 6-goal thriller here at Anfield. And Nuno Espirito Santo is going to roll the dice. It's going to be Magassa to come off, and it'll be Adama Traore to come on. Another January signing for West Ham, and Liverpool are going to make 2 changes as well. It's going to be the return of Jeremy Frimpong, and Rio Engamo is going to come on as well, the youngster who lit up the game against Nottingham Forest when he came on last week, and he's going to replace Hugo Ekitike. And it's going to be Joe Gomez to make way for Jeremy Frimpong, so that'll be a straight swap. Frimpong not featured since the end of January after coming off against Karabag in the Champions League with injury. But another right back option for Liverpool. So 3 substitutions, 2 for Liverpool, 1 for West Ham. The next goal is going to be absolutely crucial in this game, if there is one. Ball back with Alisson. It's played out to the left-hand side for Kirkes, who looks up the line and sends it long towards Engamo on this left-hand side. Came on for Salah on the right last week. Gakpo now looks to be going through the middle. Manson chips it forward towards Somerville, brings it down on his chest and plays it back to Fernandez. Finds Somerville again, but stolen away by Liverpool. But a poor pass, a rare one from Szoboszlai, gifts possession back to West Ham. Forward they come over the halfway line, where Fernandez drives forward, held up by Szoboszlai, but plays it out to Bowen on this right-hand side. Bowen runs towards the box and delivers it in right-footed. It's towards the near post. It's a good header away, but brought down by Souček, who's going to strike it from 25 yards out, but gets it all wrong. And that will go over the bar. But fair play to West Ham. Could have easily just given up at 4-1, but they've still kept going, and they've got themselves a bit of a lifeline from that corner. That Castellanos header. So got the pace of Adama Traore to come on and cause a few issues for this Liverpool back line as well. Ball sent long by Alisson. It will find Mo Salah on the right hand side. He drives forward, clips it into Szoboszlai, plenty of space in the middle, plays it back to Gakpo on the right. His shot is blocked, still not cleared by West Ham as Salah picks it up on the right side of the box, twists and turns to try and find a bit of space, has to find the yellow boots of Jeremy Frimpong, goes on the outside and gets past Somerville and then is brought down, and that will be a free kick in a very dangerous position for Liverpool over on the right side of the box. It will also be a yellow card for Crescencio Somerville. That'll be his 4th of the season. Frimpong did really well, and he just come on, got round the outside of Somerville. Somerville could only bring him down. So, free kick to Liverpool, about 10 yards from the byline, over on that right-hand side of the box. So, So Gakpo and Salah standing over the ball as we speak. One of those two to send it in. Van Dijk's come forward, as has Konate, and they both stand inside the 6-yard area at the moment. Looks like Salah's probably going to be the favourite to take it as Gakpo walks away. So 80 minutes gone here. Liverpool 4, West Ham 2. Dangerous free kick for Liverpool. Salah steps up and sends it in towards the near post. It's an easy claim for Hermansen, who sprints to the edge of his area, then bowls it out over arm on the left-hand side. And West Ham are away with Juve over the halfway line already. Plays it into Somerville, but Liverpool do now have players back. Somerville just decides to check back and find Mavropanos in the centre circle. The Greek midfield striker, centre-back Evans, comes forward and plays it into his striker Castellanos, but he has to return it to Fernandez, who sends it over to the left-hand side for Juve. West Ham still in possession. It's Souček onto Mavropanos, who looks into the box and delivers it towards Castellanos, but it's too strong and headed away by Frimpong, but only to Somerville. Gets into the air and shoots right-footed, and he is frustrated that he hasn't hit the target. Just ended up slicing it wide, but he went past Salah and Szoboszlai all too easy, and a man in as good a form as him will be very disappointed to not hit the target. West Ham still banging on the door here, definitely being the better side in this second half. All credit to them after being 3-0 down at half-time. Incredible scoreline up at Burnley by the looks of things. Burnley, who were 3-0 down, now lead 4-3 in the Premier League. But the fourth is under check as Engamoa plays the ball out to Gravenberch, who shoots from distance, and it's a flying over to the right-hand side goes Hermansen, but it's wide of the target in the end. Hermansen takes the kick and finds it out to the right-hand side. It's flicked on by Wan-Bissaka into Adama Traore, but stolen away by McAllister and Konate. In fact, that fourth goal has been disallowed by Burnley, so it's still 3-3. Gakpo in space comes forward and plays it over towards Frimpong on the right-hand side. He's in plenty of space, cuts it across, and it ends up in the back of the net. It's looking like an own goal, but Jeremy Frimpong will run away. He's just come back after injury, found himself in so much room attacking on that right-hand side. And Liverpool have 5 at Anfield. I think the last touch has come off of Axel Disasi as he threw himself at it to try and block it. Mo Salah would have been there to tap it in by the looks of things. Frimpong crossed it in, it flicks off of Disasi. Nothing Hermansen can do about it. And West Ham suffering a bit of bad luck there. Again, another deflection. The luck has gone the way of the home side. 5-2 for Liverpool in the 83rd minute, and that should be that this afternoon. Back underway with West Ham as the ball goes back to Mavropanos. He looks up and sends it down the line for Adama to chase, but headed away by Virgil van Dijk into the stands, and it will be a throw-in for Wan-Bissaka, who throws it into the feet of Fernandez, and it will be another throw-in for West Ham as that one's cut out. Finds Souček, who brings it down on his chest and tries to find Jared Bowen. The ball will break into midfield, and Gravenberch will steal it away, and forward come Liverpool again with Szoboszlai. Men over on the left-hand side, but he goes the wrong way, and it's cut out by Malik Diouf. You feel that Liverpool are doing their best to try and get this goal for Mo Salah as he had Gakpo in plenty of space, but chose not to use him. Ball goes into the chest of Szoboszlai, but stolen away by Fernandes, who does really well in that midfield. He's then clattered by Szoboszlai, and that's a bit nasty from the Hungarian midfield, and that is a yellow card for him. He was sent off here in a strange few events. A bit of a clumsy tackle from Szoboszlai. That'll be a 6th yellow card of the season. Clearly frustrated that he didn't get the free kick himself. So free kick for West Ham. They've sent everyone forward. It'll be Fernandes to drill it into the box on the far side. Disasi tries to get up and win the header but can't, and it ends up at the feet of Mavropanos, but he is offside. So with 5 minutes to go, there's going to be another change for Liverpool. And his youngster Trainioni is going to come on for Ryan Gravenberch. See, 3 goals to the good, so an opportunity for him to come on. It's his 3rd substitute appearance in the Premier League this season, after getting some minutes in December against Tottenham and Wolves. A good opportunity for him to have the last 5 minutes plus additional time here in front of the Anfield crowd, with his side 5-2 up. 18-year-old Englishman Trainioni goes straight into that holding midfield role. Ball gets sent long by West Ham. It's flicked on by Diouf, but Konate will comfortably spin away from Somerville for twisting and turning and getting himself in trouble. Looked like he was away, but Somerville then pulls him down, and that'll be a free kick for Liverpool. Konate towering above Somerville. We question how Somerville was able to drag him down, but he did. And there'll be a free kick here, which Szoboszlai takes and finds Gakpo on the halfway line. Gakpo looks up and drives forward. He's got Kerkez in front of him, but chooses not to use him as he comes over to the left-hand side for Engamoa. A couple of step overs and gets towards the box. Engamoa keeps going, drives on his right foot, pokes it towards goal, and it's saved by Hermansen. West Ham clear it away. West Ham also prepping another couple of substitutions. Mavropanos is down on the edge of the area. As we look, he accidentally ran into Kerkez and came off worse by the looks of things. Engamoa did well to get on the outside of Wan-Bissaka, who's a very good one-on-one defender. But the youngster managed to get his shot away on goal, but it was a comfortable save in the end for Hermansen. Engamoa wearing the 73 shirt with just Rio on the back. It's his 10th appearance off the bench today. Got the winner all the way back in August in that 3-2 away win at Newcastle in the last minute. He's already picked up caps for the England under-19s, and they think a lot of him here. Was originally at Chelsea as a youth player, but was picked up into the Liverpool system and already transitioned into the first team. Certainly the future looks very, very bright for Rio Engamoa as he's on the ball again now. But the free kick has been given as there was a push in the back, so West Ham have the ball. Played short to Traore, who hasn't really managed to get in the game. He tries to flick it on for Bowen. It's all very scrappy in that midfield as Trainioni tries to get his foot on the ball, but ends up with Mavropanos in the back line, who plays it to Disasi, who then returns it to his keeper. Back to Mavropanos, who fires it into Mateus Fernandes. He does really well to spin away from Mo Salah under pressure. Diouf finds Fernandes again, who's just carried on running. Fernandes drills the ball into the feet of Jared Bowen in a central position, who spins out and then plays it over to Malik Diouf on the left-hand side. Diouf has Somerville further ahead, who he uses and then gets the return ball. Diouf gets down towards the byline. The ball goes out of play, and that'll be judged to be a goal kick over on that far side. And West Ham will finally make these changes, and it's going to be 2 youngsters to come on. So the Thomas Souček, who scored the first goal, is going to be replaced, and Malik Diouf is going to come off, and we're going to see the 20-year-old Frenchman Mahamadou Kante coming on, and the 19-year-old Ezra Mayers, young defender, who will go over to left back by the looks of things, to play out the final few minutes here at Anfield. Diouf and Souček both had a part to play in that first goal. Brilliant ball in from Malik Diouf, drilled across the floor, and Souček managed to slide home. But we're into the 90th minute, and there will be 7 added on by the 4th official. Long ball by Anderson as Liverpool maybe try and seek another goal here, but it's going to be one in midfield by Somerville. He then turns that back to Sarsi, whose ball forward just ends up canning off a Conte, and then Sarsi gets a foot in the face from Cody Gakpo, who didn't know he was there. Gakpo, who's already been booked, just looks a little bit sheepish at the referee. Sarsi jumps up and they give each other a bit of a hug and get on with it. Sarsi has probably helped Cody Gakpo out there. Obviously it wasn't an intentional foot to the face, but still dangerous nonetheless. Hermansen will take this free kick, and he knocks it into the impressive Mateus Fernandes. He finds a nice 1-2 with Castellanos, and then plays it over to Ezra Mayers, who can't keep it in. The ball's too long and goes over the young defender's head. 1 minute of the 7 have gone here. It's Liverpool 5, West Ham 2 here at Anfield, as Frimpong, who had a major part to play in the 5th, burst down the right hand side again, gets level with the edge area, drills into Trainione, who's blasted it over from 8 yards. And the youngster has his head in his hands. He knows how good an opportunity that was. Just couldn't keep it down. But Frimpong, running at speed, cut the ball back beautifully. And you just got to think, if Nioni could get that on target, it was in. Went for power and ended up lashing it over the bar. Brilliant play from Liverpool, who certainly have been clinical when going forward. They've been a little bit fortunate with a couple of deflections, but all in all have been good value for their win this afternoon. 5 minutes of the 7 still left here. West Ham, one of those games where they look at this scoreline and won't be able to quite work out how they've managed to be in this position. Kerkez with the ball in hand as we come towards the final few moments in all the games. There have been plenty of goals in the 3 o'clock games this afternoon. It's Burnley 3, Brentford 3. Brentford were 3-0 up at one point as Salah comes forward and goes across the edge of the area, tries to find Rio Engamoa, but it's half stolen away by West Ham, and Liverpool have it back with McAllister and then Kerkez in midfield. Gakpo picks it up and finds the feet of Salah, but it's stolen away. In fact, it looks like Brentford might have got a very, very late winner at Turf Moor. Burnley had already had a goal disallowed to make it 4-3, and it looks like Brentford have gone 4-3 up there. Obviously 5-2 here at Anfield, and then another cracker up at St James's Park with the dying moments. It's Newcastle 2, Everton 3. So many goals in the Premier League, with Leeds and Man City to come later on at 5:30. Somerville has it on the edge of the area for West Ham and plays it across to Bowen, and West Ham just keep possession with Disasi, who's come far forward. Plays it down the line to Somerville, who gets to the byline and wins a corner off of Ibrahim Konate. 4 of the 7 minutes have gone. It'll be Somerville to deliver this corner from the far side into the area. Forward he comes and whips it in at pace, but it's headed away by Szoboszlai and cleared further on by Engamoa. Mayers does well to keep possession for West Ham and finds Fernandez, who flips it into Kante, and then Wan-Bissaka tries to hook it towards the area. Bowen jumps for the header and it falls at the feet of Kante, whose ball out towards the right hand side is cut out by Nioni, and forward will come Liverpool again on the break as Gakpo bursts through the centre of the pitch over the halfway line, running towards the penalty area, finds Salou, floats in on the right hand side, goes on the outside, drives it right footed, it's blocked behind by Disasi, and that will be a corner. Salah with a frustrated smile on his face. Looks like that run of goals is going to carry on. Be 10 games without a goal in the Premier League if he can't get one in the dying moments here. So it is Salah to deliver this corner from the far side. Another left-footed in swinger. Van Dijk and Kanate have come forward, whipped in with pace, but headed away at the near post by Bowen. And Somerville gets there first and will drive past Szoboszlai. Comes up towards the halfway line, releases Wan-Bissaka, but Szoboszlai still battling back and forces Wan-Bissaka off the pitch. And that'll be a throw in to Liverpool. Throw in back to Kerkez, who returns the ball to Alisson as we enter the final moments here. 96 minutes on the clock of 7 added on, and poor ball from Kerkez ends up off the pitch on this right hand side. Fernandez with the ball in hand as another ball enters the field of play, so we have to wait. It's just been kicked off by Engamoa. Kante in the midfield finds Disasi, who's still looking to come forward for West Ham before turning around and giving it to Mavropanos, who drills it over to the left hand side and puts Mayers under a bit of pressure, but the young Englishman with a great touch brings the ball down and then goes down the left hand side and finds Somerville. Somerville rolls the ball under his foot a couple of times and twists and turns, but Szoboszlai stands firm, finds Mayers and then finds Bowen in a bit of space, tries to wriggle it onto his left, and it's cleared away by Van Dijk. West Ham will keep possession as Kante has it about 35 yards from goal. Finds Fernandez, who spins it over to the right for Adama Traore. Traore keeps it in down by the corner flag, tries to get past Kerkez, still keeps the ball, but that will be the final whistle at the end of a 7-goal game here at Anfield, and it's Liverpool who will take the 3 points with them this evening. A game which looked like it was going to be done in the first half after Liverpool got off to a lightning start. A goal in the 5th minute from Hugo Ekitike. Virgil van Dijk doubled the lead after a header from a Szoboszlai corner on the 24th minute, and then Alexis McAllister, after another corner wasn't dealt with by West Ham, volleyed home a setback from Hugo Ekitike. So 3-0 at half time. West Ham came out firing. Malik Diouf with a really good ball in, and it was turned home by Thomas Souček to make it 3-1. West Ham had a couple of half chances between the time where Liverpool made it 4, with Cody Gakpo getting on the end of a pass from Hugo Ekitike, and he managed to turn the ball into the goal after a deflection off of Wan-Bissaka. Another goal from a corner, this one delivered by Jared Bowen, and Tati Castellanos headed home after Liverpool just allowed the ball to bounce in the 6-yard area to make it 4-2. Really good save from Alisson in the build-up to that one, but it finished 5-2 after Jeremy Frimpong, back from injury, managed to sprint down the right-hand side, turn the ball into the box, and Axel Disasi threw himself at it and deflected it past his own keeper to make it 5-2. A game where Liverpool were more clinical than West Ham. West Ham played some good stuff, but will be disappointed to end up conceding 5 goals. Liverpool draw level on points with Manchester United, who are yet to play this weekend in 4th. West Ham will still find themselves in the bottom 3, 2 points adrift of 17th place Nottingham Forest, who play tomorrow. But it's the final score here is Liverpool 5, West Ham 2. Thank you for joining us on